What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Dokkan Battle, and I'm bringing you guys Extreme Super Battle Road content because last time this dropped, you guys asked for it, and I really haven't felt terribly confident in the past, but you know what? Everybody learns from failure, and actually, I got a fun one today, because Super Saiyan 3, I think, is like the easiest one of these if you've got a good heroes team, and this is the team we're going to use. This is the team I nailed it with. Let me show you that run, because in my heart of hearts, I feel like we are fully capable, like completely capable of the no items run. And I damn near pulled it off with just one minor exception. And I'll show you guys that run right now. Okay, so jumping into the fight here, basically the number one thing you need to know about this team is really designed first and foremost to produce a ton of stuns, a ton of seals, and then really start taking down attack so we don't produce a huge amount of damage. And I love this Trunks. He would be much better on turn 2 than turn 1, and I'll kind of show you guys when we get to turn 2 why I say that. But as soon as he starts producing SAs, he's going to take less and less and less damage. By like the end of turn 3, turn 4, he's basically taking double-digit damage from anything aside from a super. And even by like maybe the turn after that, he'll even tank supers. It's pretty awesome. This dude seals. Phenomenal sealer. The downside is I really need some damage out of him, and unfortunately we're just not going to get it this time around. I do see a way to make it happen, but I need the seal first and foremost. That seal's going to be absolutely imperative. Alright? So with Trunks getting his SA off, we only took 74k from that attack, and that's just because Trunks raises his defense so much. The great news is our Super Saiyan Trunks there actually got the seal off, and that seal's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be basically the main reason that we don't take insane damage going forward. We are officially going to take a bit of damage here. Ain't going to feel great, but it is what it is. So, now we've got our two stunners. These two are phenomenal stunners. In reality, I could have done myself so much better by getting him off rotation and actually getting this guy on the second rotation, and you'll see why I say that when we get a little bit later in the fight. Minor spoiler for the late game, but for now, we're going to go ahead and try to get Boo sealed. If I can seal Boo, then I can, or seal Fizz Boo, then I can work on getting Strength Boo, kind of have his attack reduced to the point at which he's really just no longer a threat. And that's kind of my goal here, is every single time we go into a fight, I'm going to try to reduce, take at least one, if not 2 units out of the fight, and then just reduce their attack as much as possible, so that, number 1, we take out the first unit, number 2, when the second unit comes back in, maybe their attack is not nearly as potent. So we did get the stun off there. That's phenomenal. I would love for him to get a stun off, but it didn't happen. So we at least have Fizzboo stunned. If we could have gotten both stunned, we would have been in a much better position, but, you know, it is what it is. We're here, it's now, and we just got to kind of move on with the fight. Now, our leaders are kind of our leaders. They're really not, I won't say integral to the team, but they're not doing anything like beyond just leading the team. On the other hand, this Trunks is going to tank a bunch of hits here. He's going to be amazing. We've got a sealer. We've got units that lower damage. So this is really, from this point on, kind of a gimme run. I hate to say that, but it is kind of true. Most of these units are heroes. We got a heroes unit, heroes unit, heroes unit. Our leader is not a heroes unit. Our leader is just the Super Saiyan 3 in Goku. And Vegeta technically isn't heroes, though he might as well be. I think he's still considered crossover, though, but doesn't really matter. Like, most of this team is all Dragon Ball heroes. And this kind of should go to show you the sheer potency of Dragon Ball's heroes units. So the good thing is now the Strength Boo is sealed, while Physical Boo is stunned, and that means Strength Boo can't perform any SAs. So he's just kind of, at this point, just getting beaten up left, right, and center. And this dude's awesome. Lowers attack and defense. In reality, I probably should have put him on rotation, because we do need a lot of that attack and defense lowering. And I think that would have helped my runs a little bit more. In fact, I actually will show you what I optimally would have done that I unfortunately didn't do. But This is our leader, the Int Goku. He's actually doing a transformation. We got both of our stunners here, and if we can stun physical Boo, then we really don't have to worry about anything. From this point on, we're just producing damage, and Boo will be pretty much out of the fight. So, hopefully we can stun Fizboo. Let's see what happens here. We got 2 opportunities to do it. Unless we get double text, then we got more. Will we get the stun? Unfortunately not. Now, we did get a crit there, which was nice. But we have a second opportunity to stun. And we got it. So that's perfect. Ooh, a third opportunity. Now, both Goku and Vegeta have double attack in them. So technically, we have up to 4 opportunities to stun each turn. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Ooh, we got another stun off there. I forgot that in Super Saiyan 3 Goku will stun as well when he transforms. But I see his transformations so rarely, I'm not really worried about it. So once again, we're stunned. All we're going to do here is try to just produce damage. That's it. If we can produce damage, we got this in the bag. All right. So really, all I'm doing is I'm just going on the offensive at this point. Seal is nice. Seal is going to kind of protect us if we come back up. But the goal here, obviously, is to take Boo down so that we have our stunners basically coming up for the first turn of the new battle. And we're going to try to do that every single time. Try to get our stunner on the first turn of each battle. It's just going to be absolutely imperative. All right. So here's where I made a major mistake. I need to get him onto the next turn. And I didn't do that here. Because this is going to drop attack and defense. I really could have him in slot 2 here and be just fine. I need my stunner on the other rotation, and I didn't take this opportunity to do that. And that is unfortunately going to cost me here in a moment. Now, I am working on trying to stun Hirudegarn. If I can stun Hirudegarn, we're going to be in great shape. Remember, this Vegeta will tank, so he's great. He can take the early damage. If he gets the stun off, phenomenal. And he gets the stun off. So that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, if I can stun Hoi, that's even better. That means no damage whatsoever. And it happens. It happened. So we're in a situation now where Hoi is stunned. Hoi is now having his attack and defense lowered. Hirudegarn is stunned. We're really just, at this point, going to hammer down on Hoi and try to get Hoi out of the fight. Once Hoi is taken care of, then, you know, then we can focus on Hirudegarn. I always try to take care of the secondary unit first. They tend to be a little bit easier. And at this juncture, what I really should have done is had the Strength Super Saiyan 3 Goku move in, not obviously this time around, but next time we have these units up, keep him either on 1 and 2 and have Goku on whatever other slot is available, or rotate every unit in and out. Unfortunately, I didn't do that, and, well, as I said before, you're going to watch it cost me. All right. So we did get the seal. So that's really nice, because if we don't get the stun back next turn, then at least Hoi isn't going to be able to produce damage. But, because remember, his attack and defense is like severely limited at this point. The downside is I haven't been paying a huge amount of attention to Hirudegarn, but once again, my goal is to get rid of Hoi. And I have double stunners next turn, so if I can stun Hirudegarn, great. So I'm going to take Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, target Hirudegarn, try to get him stunned, and also I'm going to grab as many orbs as I can, try to get a little bit of healing out here, and I'm going to use him to attack Hirudegarn as well, just to, like, basically have 4 opportunities overall for that stun. So, let's see what happens here. Now, Vegeta's going to tank this. Vegeta's going to laugh at it pretty much. It's going to take 100k damage, but for extreme SBR, that ain't nothing. That is, and remember, he's got type advantage too. So, that tells you how beefy Vegeta's defenses are. Alright. We did not stun Hirudegarn, but we did there. So that's perfect. So Hirudegarn is out of the fight. So there's one good thing about having that Goku there. But if we didn't have him, pretty much we could have just focused on getting Hoi out anyway. And then next turn worked on the stun. So it's not an insane problem. But the nice part is we would have had the stun here. So while I have Trunks there and he's got his defenses built up, then on this turn I would have had the opportunity to stun Hirudegarn. And we could have just like played ring around the rosy with him. But that would have been nice. But it is what it is. Now, the really nice part is here, because I've got Dokkan mode, I'm about to get a bunch of healing. I would prefer to have Dokkan mode a little tiny bit later, but it really wasn't in the cards in this run, and I'll kind of tell you when I would have preferred it. Kind of a no-brainer when I would have preferred it, but you'll kind of get my point here in a moment. All right. So, let's go ahead and just get an attack out. Ooh, 2.1 mil. Very nice. Very nice. Some potent hits. Once again, the seal isn't a terrible thing. I really need to work on just basically killing him at this point. I need him out of the fight as quickly as humanly possible. Now, the one thing I am going to have to pay close attention to, though, is my stunners. Next turn, I've got both my stunners up, and since I haven't rotated one out, that means that I can't kill him next turn, because I need to have the first turn be the turn with those stunners. So I've really got to plan accordingly here, and that means, depending on how much damage he takes, I might just have to fluff this turn and see if I can kind of make my way to the following turn. Now, he's only at half health, so I can go ahead and attack for the most part here with everything I got, which is good because we don't really have a huge opportunity to fluff it anyway. The downside is that Vegeta's not going to attack, and that might have actually made a massive difference in what's going to happen next. So, we did not get the stun, but remember his attack has been lowered so many times he's basically just fallen apart at the seams. He's got nothing left to give. Second opportunity to stun. We did not get it, but as stated prior, I'm not worried. Even Goku's taking double-digit damage, and he's sealed, so it's not like he can SA us. He's just basically waiting for his turn to pretty much kick the bucket. Now, optimally, I would love to finish it here. My problem is it looks like Hirudegarn's got way too much health, which means I would have loved to get the SA on the third unit on the last turn. That actually might have sealed this, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes RNG just does this kind of stuff. So, let's see what we can do here. Can we kill Hirudegarn this turn? If we can kill Hirudegarn this turn, we're in perfect shape. I do mean perfect. If we can kill him this turn, we are absolutely, like, you know, at the optimal. Alright. Trunks is doing his seal here. We're not getting crits, though. I know I've got mostly double attack at him, obviously, but he's got a little bit of crit, so a crit there would have made all the difference in the world, and I don't think he would have survived. But maybe this Goku will get a crit. If this Goku gets a crit, we are golden. Didn't get a crit. Didn't get a double attack. Now, here's my dilemma. I need this rotation. First rotation next turn. So I'm going to have to make some silly maneuvers here and kind of work my way around. Now, I know Hirudegarn can't attack us. I know he's not going to. But let's go ahead and give him that. Hopefully we don't get any double attacks. Hopefully we get out of this unscathed. All I want are just base level attacks, no double attacks, no nothing. I don't care about the stunning. I don't care about the damage. We're not going to take any damage. He's already sealed. So long as he plays ball and doesn't do an SA, we'll be absolute. And this is number one reason that I say I screwed up. I needed to have Strength Goku on the next rotation. If I did have Strength Goku on the next rotation, this turn would not be a problem at all. This would have been a no-brainer. But I have a dude who needs to be built up to do his tanking. I have just a couple other general units here. I don't have enough defenses to really take this on, and you know we're going to get S8 left, right, and center. So I've got no choice. I've got to drop a Whis. This is the unfortunate, and I'm going to drop a Bulma too, just to try to get a little bit of extra damage out. This is unfortunately the situation where RNG did kind of screw me over. Now, to be fair, I'm only dropping 2 items. And you can kind of see now how a no items run is just well within the realm of possibility. Like, a no items run is just right next door. I could plop one out here, given enough time and enough opportunity, I'd be able to pull that off. But let's just see what happens here. All right. So we've got some attacks incoming. We've got to defend against these things. And the nice part is we've got some extra attack power. So we really need... Ooh, we got some stuns. I love to see that. That is going to take damage away. Now, right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on keeping type advantage. I'm going to try to take as many units down as possible, as quickly as possible on this turn. So I'm really going to focus on that int type advantage that I've got here against the tech units. But now since I've got double stunners, I've got to focus on getting some stuns off. So if I can stun 2 units on this turn, then everything else is kind of in the bag. So let's try to stun Super Baby 2, and let's try to stun our physical opponent. Because if we can do that, we're golden. Because you see right here, my int unit is in the direct line of fire of the Fizz, and there's no way really to rectify that isn't kind of messing everything up. Now, obviously, in hindsight, I probably could have put that Goku third on the rotation, but the downside is I don't think I had enough ki to actually make that work. So let's see what happens here. So Super Baby 2 is not stunned, I don't believe, but he is. So that's perfect. That is perfect. All right. So our Fizz unit was the main one I was really worried about. With him stunned, then we survived that last turn, which we probably wouldn't have, and we can move on here. Now Trunks is going to have some tanking on this turn, so let's go ahead and give him some orbs. And if we give him enough orbs, we can actually get a decent amount of healing out. Boom! And we just need to work on wiping some units out. Now we have a unit that's really, really, really low health. We've got another unit that is basically on the cusp, so I've got to make a wise decision here, but I really think getting rid of somebody is going to be the wiser decision. So I'm going to double down. I believe is that Gohan? I believe that's Gohan. It's hard for me to tell. I don't remember. It's hard to tell who's who when they're kind of, under Super Baby's influence. All right. So perfect. There's our first demise, and notice it was the unit that actually had more health. It wasn't the one you thought it would be. Now, Trunks took a bit of damage there, but it's not the end of the world, and that is our second unit down. Check this out. He got sealed. Now Super Baby 2 got sealed. Now we got 2 units out of the game. We got Super Baby sealed. We've got 1 unit stunned. We're golden. We've got this in the bag. Unfortunately, it did cost us 2 items. You can see there really early how I could have rectified that and how I could have had it be no items run. But it is what it is, y'all. I ain't perfect, and I never claim to be perfect. And for those of you that have watched my Extreme Super Battle Road runs before, this is a massive, massive RNG win for me. Normally, RNG comes out of the gate with some nonsense, and this for me is just perfect. So let's go ahead and we got mostly strength of units on here. Hopefully we can just kind of stun Super Baby. Can we do it? Can we do it? We did. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. And it doesn't matter if we stun him here or not. If we can get rid of him, then all we have left is the physical unit. And we can kind of play around with that because his attack and defense can now be lowered enough that he's not going to be a threat. So if we just hammer down on him, since Super Baby is pretty much out of the picture for now, then it doesn't matter what he does. He's not going to be much of a threat. Now, once again, we do have enough int units. It's a bit dicey, but we're going to lower his attack enough that it's not going to be a thing. Now, right here, I'm debating, do I take out Super Baby 2 or do I focus on the physical unit? And actually, I thought I focused on the Fizz, but apparently I focused on Super Baby 2. I thought I went it the other way around. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like 50-50 at this point. Like, who do you really work on? But Super Baby 2 looks like he's about to go down. And I forgot, this dude does like triple attacks all the time. So the triple attack, and then we sealed the Fizz. That's in the bag. So actually, ultimately, I probably made a wiser decision doing it that way. So Yeah. We're not going to get attacked. We're not worried about it. This is the end of the run. And there's no question that this is pretty much it. This is pretty much the end of the line. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Can we get a crit? No critical. I'm not worried about the stun. The stun is kind of moot at this point. No criticals, but we finally beat it. And that, gentlemen and ladies and whoever else you'd like to go by, that is the run. We have dominated now Super Saiyan 3, and I would argue that the no items run here is very clearly, I mean, it was just one little screw up that prevented me from getting it. It was right there. So, guys, if you summon on the Heroes banner, if you have any of the Heroes units, just go get this run over and done with. It's so perfect, so much fun. Like, comment, share. I'll catch you guys on the next one.